The Axial Black projector headlights with LED DRLs are available for any 2015 or newer F-150. These are for the guys out there who are looking to stay closer to the factory styling, but who want to take that DRL light one step further, and who wants a stealthier appearance with a blacked out housing. The installation was made super simple, so expect 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, which I'll walk you through later on. Now honestly, I am a pretty big fan of the factory F-150 headlights on the newest generation, so before these headlights, I would have probably told you that there isn't an aftermarket light that does a better job than stock. But these incorporate that same idea for daytime running light designs and just took it to a whole other level. These DRLs actually wrap around the entire border of the light inside and out, giving you the same bright white light in the day and at night, but with a more aggressive appearance in my personal opinion. In addition to the change in DRLs, the housing is all black to give an impression of a smoked or stealthy lens. The lens itself is actually clear, but the black interior makes this thing look pretty badass in my opinion. The other halogen lights are pretty bright, but if you're concerned too much about losing visibility by going with a smoked or tinted lens, then this is a perfect alternative. You're losing absolutely no lighting output from the projector style H9 low beams and H11 high beams included in the kit, and they'll reuse the factory corner lights and harnesses as well. I would suggest throwing some whiter bulbs in there to match the color output of the LED DRLs, but that's obviously up to you. These are currently one of only 2 aftermarket headlights offered on the site, both of which are the same axials, only the other option is chrome instead of black, for those of you who like the flashier appearance over stealthy. Both designs are priced right around $650, which I'll admit is a good chunk of change for some headlights, but as I mentioned earlier, these are the absolute best looking F-150 lights I've seen thus far, and the reviews seem to back me up on this, which you can check out for yourself on the product page. Keep in mind, these are currently only offered for the F-150s that came with halogen lights from the factory, because otherwise the wiring and whatnot would not match up. The installation is extremely straightforward, no doubt getting 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter, and it really shouldn't take any longer than about an hour or so, give or take. You want to have a ratchet with a 7mm, 8mm, and 10mm socket on hand, as well as an extension before you get started. You'll first need to pop the hood and remove the push pin tab holding on the headlight trim, followed by the 2 10mm bolts on the top of the housing. Using a 7mm socket, remove the 2 bolts on the other side of the trim piece, which you can find in the front wheel well, and then pull the trim piece off at each end. Switch back over to the 10mm socket and remove the lower black cover underneath the headlight trim you just removed. There are several bolts here spread across all of the black piece, one of which is pretty deep in, so you might want to break out an extension to make it easier, then remove the panel. The last bolt is an 8mm bolt holding the headlight bracket to the black panel. From here you can remove the entire headlight and disconnect the wiring harness before pulling it too far away so you don't rip them out. Transfer over your corner marker lights and the harness to the axial replacement and mount the new headlight into place on your truck. After you connect the wiring harnesses and plug everything into the stock connectors, you can test the lights to make sure everything is set. From here you can use the 8mm bracket bolt you just removed to keep it in place, then put the black bottom panel on next and replace all of the 10mm bolts to secure it. Pop the headlight trim back on and bolt down the 2 7mm bolts to inside the wheel well and replace the plastic push pin on top under the hood. The 2 10mm bolts will finish the job off at the top of the headlight, then you can repeat for the opposite side and you're good to go. That just about does it, so if you're the owner of a 2015 or newer F-150 with factory halogen headlights, then you might want to check out the Axial Black projector headlight with DRL LEDs. You can check that out right here at AmericanTrucks.com.